Bambi Part 2. Bambi looked around at the emptiness of the meadow. She looked at the green sloping fields and the bright sky above. The meadow is wide and open, and there's no trees or bushes to hide us. His mother continued, so we have to be very careful. This was a new lesson for Bambi, so he listened carefully to his mother, ready to obey. Wait here, she said. I'll go out first, and if the meadow is safe, I'll call you. Bambi tucked himself into the grass so that no one could see him. His mother stepped carefully into the meadow, looking this way and that way. Her ears turned as she picked up the sounds of birds chirping above her. Their calls told her that there was no danger. The meadow was safe for the time being. Come on, Bambi, she said. That's all right. Bambi ran to his mother as fast as he could. It was delightful to run in the meadows. Bambi skipped through the grass that tickled his legs, and he leaped over the colorful flowers. Above him, there were no trees to hide the bright blue sky and drifting clouds. Bambi discovered a tiny brook where ducklings were learning to swim. He leaped happily over the brook. Then he bounded into the shallow waters. This was fun. Bambi watched as the ducklings learned to swim. There were also frogs leaping from place to place. He saw the frogs disappearing into the pond. Bambi looked down into the water. Who was this fawn looking at him? He wondered. Bambi bent over to sniff the young fawn in the pond. His nose touched the cold water, and Bambi pulled his wet face back in surprise. He had never seen his own reflection before. The surface of the pond rippled in circles. When the pond was calm, Bambi looked down again. Now he saw the faces of not one, but two fawns. What could that be? One of the fawns smiled and giggled. Bambi looked up and saw her standing at the side of the water. She was watching him. Bambi was startled and moved away, but the strange fawn followed him. Bambi dashed to his mother, who tried to hide under his mother's long legs. She looked at her frightened son and the little fawn. That's little Fallon, Bambi's mother said. Feeling embarrassed, Bambi whispered, hello. His shyness made Fallon giggle. She ran towards Bambi and playfully chased him. He started to retreat into some bushes, but landed in a pile of water instead. While Bambi sat there, Fallon peeked through the tall bushes, as though playing a game of hide and seek. Fallon dashed out from one side to the other, licking Bambi's face when he wasn't looking. Fallon was having fun teasing her new friend, but Bambi was getting annoyed. Yow! He shouted finally. The young prince jumped up and began to chase Fallon. He knew what to do now. Fallon ran and hid behind the tall bushes, giggling as Bambi charged towards her. Bambi's mother watched as the two fawns played and ran after each other across the meadow. Fallon bounded on top of a big rock in the middle of the field and turned around to see Bambi was coming. He leaped from a different direction and surprised her by landing on the same rock. Out of the breath, they both laughed and joined a new game together. But the young fawns were not alone in the middle of the meadow. They heard the sound of hooves pounding the earth. The fawns turned and saw a herd of deer, large male stags with sharp antlers. The stags bounded across the field, leaving fur and white as they ran. As the two fawns watched, two males stopped and turned to each other. knocking horns to test their strength. Bambi tried to imitate the snakes. Roger fell in, butting his soft head against hers, but it was not the same game she wanted to play. So she ran off to play by herself. As for Bambi, he has never seen such a powerful and graceful animals. How he wished he could race as safely as they did. As summer turned to fall, Bambi saw the world changing more and more each day. The grass in the meadow grew tall and turned brown. Throughout the forest, the leaves on the trees, once bright green, now turned red and gold and orange. Bambi looked at the tall trees decorated in brilliant fall colors. Unlike the warm days of summer, fall's days were cool and the nights chilly. Many animals were leaving the forest and moving to warmer places. Each day, Bambi watched another flock of birds leave their homes in the woods and fly south. But Bambi and the other deer stayed on. Together, they looked for fallen acorns and nuts to eat and watched as the leaves began to fall from the trees. Wherever Bambi walked in the woods, bright colorful leaves covered the ground. Each day, he saw more bare trees and bushes. Even his thicket has changed, and the tiny leaves from the bushes had fallen on the ground. Their twigs surrounded him and his mother as they slept. Bambi learned that in the fall, trees lose their leaves, flying away, and life in the woods starts to change.